a second. Think about, like, God has good things in store for you. Like, no matter what you've been through, what you're going through, what it looks like right now, He's still got good things in store for you. All right. So if you're a little bit competitive, you might get into it a little bit. But we're going to play a little bit of Cahoots. It's going to be real short, like 4 questions. So if you have a phone, smart device, if you need an extra one, you need to borrow it from a neighbor. I do have mine up here, so if one of the people out here actually wants to use it, you can to participate. But you're gonna go to kahoot.it, or if you can scan the QR code where you're from, you can do that. It's gonna ask you to enter a name. You're gonna enter that game pin. All right, so we got Grace in. All right, Grace is ready. All right. If anybody needs one, I do have an extra device. I saw your hand first. All right. Yeah, so you're going to go to kahoot.it, not to be confused with kahoot.com because it's going to do something different. And then it'll ask you for the game pin. The game pin is 348727. All right. Let's get started. All right, we're going to talk about Uno. This game is all about Uno. So, first one is going to be a puzzle. So you're going to put it in the correct order, and then you click submit at the bottom. So what is the order in which you would play a game? So do you pass out the cards first? Do you shuffle the deck first? Do you start the game? Do you gather the cards? What are you doing first? All right. The correct order, you're going to gather your cards. You're going to shuffle the deck. Then you're going to pass out the cards. And then you start the game. Okay. How many cards do you start with? Is it 5, 7, 3, 10? How many cards? All right. Correct answer, 7. Okay. All right. Next one, true or false? This is a draw 4. Is that true or false? That is false. It's a wild card. What happens when you use this card? Does the person draw 2? Do they get skipped? Do you reverse the order? Is this a draw 4? What do you do? What happens when you use this card? Right, you get skipped. Move on to the next player. If it's only 2 people, second turn for you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to assume, because most of you guys were able to answer those questions, that you are familiar with the game of Uno. Oh, okay. I'm about to take a tumble. All right, so how many of you guys have actually played Uno? By a show of hands. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Uno. And so for a topic, the topic is going to be put your hand in God's hand, like a hand of cards. Put your hand in God's hand. All right, so that's where we're going today. All right, and so to begin with, we are going to do a quick gameplay. So apparently he thinks he's going to win, but we all know the truth. I'm definitely going to win. It doesn't matter what cards I get. I'm still going to win. That's what it is. Right. it's not about the cards. It's about the player playing the cards. Whatever. All right. Yes. I'm about to do this. Play with me if you want to. Yes, he's going first. Right. So you can stop. Mm-hmm. Yes, go the right way so that I can do what I need. Okay, skip me. Okay, it's whatever. All right, this is not house rules. Not house. You know, we're not doing runs and stacks. Just official rules, just for the purposes of today. Come to the house is a different story. Oh, so we just going. We still going, huh? Mm. All right. So, okay. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. Draw two. We skipping. Skip. Skip. Reverse. Reverse it back to me. Uno. Hold on. It's two. Draw them. You lost your turn anyway. Uno and out. See? Y'all were up here looking at the card. Y'all were like, oh, she got a little green and yellow card. She ain't about to do nothing. All right. Hmm? Right. So, sometimes in Uno, one choice, one strategy, one move can change everything. Because if you saw his cards, I don't really know what he had, but he seemed really confident about it. But because of the decision that he made as the person that went first, it changed the trajectory and the outcome of the game because I went straight out from there. All right. And so, okay. So in life, how you play your cards is a series of decisions and outcomes and actions that determine your outcome. So whatever decision you're making in life, whatever actions you're taking, it all has an outcome. There's always a consequence. There's always something that happens in relation to the decisions that you're making. Okay? And so John 16:33 says, I have told you these things so that you can have peace in me. In this world you will have troubles, but be brave. I have defeated the world, meaning no matter what decisions and actions and choices you made, whether your path is straight or is curvy and you went on detour after detour. Okay, if you out here testimony building, we've all testimony built. Okay? So you got a story to tell when you come in and be like, I gave my life over to the Lord. Y'all wouldn't believe what I was doing. Uh, but whether that's the case for you, just know that God has defeated the world. So no matter what is happening, like there's nothing too hard for him to take care of and handle and deal with and help you to navigate or refocus or reverse. Okay? All right, so we're actually going to play this game a second time. All right, let's do it again. Call it out. Mm-hmm. All right, we're doing the skip to Malou. Reverse. Okay, this is where it messed up. Okay, we're reversing it up. Contemplation. Okay, so we got a 6. Red 6. All right, let's.
Oh, she had a red six. Oh.
I don't need a red 6. I just need something that can go, but I don't have anything, so go ahead. Oh, so, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So really it's about, the choices that you make, because if you sometimes, like, we look at our lives, and so if we're looking at Uno as the example, our lives, we could have all number cards, we can have a skip, reverse, all these things in the hand, but however and whatever decisions and choices we're making depends on the outcome, because he had a hand that could have beat me the first time, but one choice and decision changed it all. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a little activity time in groups. Send a group member up and get 3 cards. All right, so in your group, you're going to choose one of the 3 cards. And you're going to give me some kind of way that card can exemplify some aspect of life. So what does it look like to use that card in life? Yes. So discuss in your group. Yeah, let's do 3 minutes. Yep. Jesus, a healer, a healer. Mm-mm-mm. Jesus, a healer.
Check 1, 2.
Jesus, mm, Jesus. Huh? Apply it. Yes. Either way, in life, what does it look like for you if you were gonna say, look, this is what this represents to me. This card represents this in life. Yeah. How can you use it? If you can use it in life, how can you use it? Up to you. You ready? All right. Who's ready? All right. Who wants to come up and tell us first? Okay. Oh, so he's coming to you with the mic.
Okay. You want to know all three cards or just the one?
One, just one.
Okay, I got a blue skip,
Okay.
right? Now, in life, that blue skip could mean a lot of things. A lot of things would come to your life that you have to call down. Like the devil messed with you, you had to call it down in the name of Jesus, right? That's a good skip for the devil, you know?
Skip on
The
by.
second little thing, yeah, the second thing is negativity could come to you. And you could also skip that as well. So,
Skip on by me.
Thank you,
Negative
thank you, thank
energy.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Skip.
thank you.
All right.
All right, it's not her, somebody over here. Was y'all? Was that?
I think I
Okay. You started too early. All right, and next. What's your card? Just say
What is?
Oh, it's a draw too.
Okay. Got to draw two.
So I picked that card because every morning I wake up to two new things every morning. Grace and mercy.
Come on. Add it to life. Okay.
I like that. Draw two.
Add
Grace
it.
and mercy.
Add it.
Grace and mercy. All right.
Boom.
Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? All right.
All right.
Okay, so we got the draw two, blue two. So for us, that represents peace, the peace of God. So just the color is what spoke to me. Blue signifies peace to me. So therefore, it's the peace of God.
Yes. Come on. The peace.
Throw down that piece of God. Yeah.
Oh,
Right
come
there.
on.
Right
Give
there.
me a little bit of
Who
peace.
next? Who next?
I love
Tina?
it.
All right.
This is a great recipe right here.
I was like, my little sister over here, she's a little shy, so I'm gonna speak on her behalf. So she actually has two. One of them is 9, and she has a birthday that's coming this year. So new life for her, a new age of life.
Yes.
And
Love
she had draw 2 red, and she said, I just want to win.
Okay.
So
I just want to win, win, win. All right.
No matter what. Yeah.
All right. I love it.
Praise the Lord.
Come on, play it. Play your cards.
You gonna
Come on, we give it.
You gonna
Draw
do
2,
it?
we winning. All right, and new life. Let's go.
but he said what he would do if he reversed is if he did something bad, he would reverse it and not do something bad the next time.
Okay, yes. Come on.
Reverse. Reverse.
Also known as
Reverse.
skip.
All
right, we have a draw two. And I told them this could either be life or death. You have to choose life.
Yes, come on.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Bishop.
Add some years.
Life or death. Choose life.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, man, let's
okay.
make the cards out. Thank you. All right, who next? Who we got left?
Yes.
That's everybody?
Is that everybody?
That's everybody? All right, thank y'all.
All right, so what did you notice about everybody's cards? They were all positive, absolutely. What else? Some were the same, but come on. Come on. Some were the same, but different outcomes. Glory. What else? Were they all the same color? Were they? Okay, all centered around God. Yes. So when we're thinking about our hands in Uno, sometimes they look different. Sometimes you get a hand and you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to win. And then other times you're like, who shuffled this deck? Reshuffle the cards, because I know this is not my hand. So a couple of things that I want to point out based on, some of the things that you guys mentioned and then some of the other things. So when we're thinking about those number cards, the number cards that are in the deck, that's, there's so many of those. Those are daily life occurrences, that we go through. We play those. It's consistent. You play it on another color or another number. Nothing major happens. We're just out here living. All right. And then we have our skip. Now, skip, sometimes, it can be negativity. Skip that. Enemy attacking me? Skip that. But sometimes it can be, it can almost be like a setback or a delay. Like, Lord, I've seen what you've done for others. Why do I feel like you're skipping me over? Like, he's a blessing. Oh, no, her. Blessing.
Don't skip me, Lord. Don't skip me.
Lord, don't skip me. Don't leave me out. Did you have something? You want to? Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. Don't skip me, Lord. She said a thought about the hand and the choices that you play and how everything means something different. Going back to the game that we did, in life, it feels like you have a good hand. Some people feel like they were born into it and they had a good hand, and then some people feel like they had a bad hand. But I thought, I was for sure I had a good hand, but I still lost, and it's because of the decision I made. So sometimes, even when you're dealt a bad hand, if you make good decisions, you can still win. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so when we're thinking about decisions, like choices that we're making, going back to the different cards that are in there, one thing I will point out is sometimes you have to understand the cards that you have too. If she were using that and she was making decisions in life based on what she thought it was, then it's something totally different. So we have to understand what we have inside of us, our purpose, our gifts, our skills, talents, abilities, all of that, because that's how we're able to live out our purpose in life. And so back to the reverse, needing to reevaluate. Maybe we need to sit down and think about this approach that we've taken to a situation. And so in those situations where he was like, if I made a bad decision, then I don't have to make it again. Flip that reverse out. You're like, you know what? I learned. I learned this time what that outcome is. And because I understand that I got a reverse in my hand, boom, reverse it, make other decisions. And sometimes when you're thinking about it in a group, it's different because in a group, a reverse is just gonna really go back to the next person. It's gonna reverse the order of the play. But when you're playing a game of Uno and you use a reverse, it reverses it right back to you. So while the reverse might send it around in an order where, that decision that you made, you might not see anything happen for a while. It's going around. We're playing a group of 10 people. It's just going around. We're like, we're good. I reversed that order because I knew this person had a draw 4. But what you didn't know was this person has 3 of them over here. And so when we're able to recalibrate and make those decisions, in a one-to-one situation, it comes back to us to be able to say, look, let me take a moment, reevaluate what I'm doing, where I'm at, move forward. All right. And so all the draw cards, those are kind of unexpected situations. So you're playing a game of Uno, you're like, oh, this is good. I got 2 cards left, and then somebody hits you with a draw 2. And if you're stacking, draw 2, draw 4, draw. If you're playing Uno No Mercy, draw 10, which is ridiculous. So then you have to count it up. And so that could be those unexpected things that happen in life. You could be doing all the things right, that you think are right. But one person comes back in your life. It's whatever we had going on. Let me spin the block. Or, you could it could be an unexpected thing where you're just driving down the road and somebody just comes out of nowhere. Whatever it looks like for that unexpected thing, I always think that even though it can represent unexpected occurrences, when you think about a plus, it's also more. So it could be more opportunities, more information, more learning, more growth. So it's adding to your life. It's not just adding those unexpected things, but it's adding other elements that could be positive to your life.
Hey, you said something that sparked a thought. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I've been in plenty of Uno games or situations where you be down to the last 2 or 3 cards for the last 2 or 3 rounds. You cannot get rid of these cards. It don't matter if you're down to 1, down to 2. You don't have anything to put out. You have nothing to play. But then sometimes, like you said, you get more cards. And I look at the cards as sometimes like years where you thought you was done. Got 1 card left, 2 cards left, but then you get a draw 4. So it's another 4 years you're in this situation that you thought you was done with, but got some more growing to do. Because the next game you play may be No Mercy. And if you ain't ready to go to the next game, the next level, you might have to sit there a little longer, learn more. And, I've been in situations where I went from 2 cards to 10 cards, but some kind of way I still won the game. I had more knowledge, I had more face cards, I had more draw 4, I had these other options and stuff that I can do. And then I ended up winning the game. Wow, how the tides have turned. Oh.
So the last thing to wrap this up is just a quick story, because when we're thinking about our Uno cards, our lives, we have what's called classic Uno, what I call the classic Uno. That's the red box. Standard rules, just regular play, no variations. And so I consider that more of the foundational Uno. So when we're thinking about that, that's our foundation. All right. God, the Word, we were created by Him for a purpose. Foundation, classic Uno. But everybody's life does not look like classic Uno. All right? Sometimes it looks like Uno show no mercy. Sometimes it looks like Uno attack. Sometimes it looks like Uno dare. We just out here taking chances. And then sometimes you have a situation where you're like, I bet y'all were like, why does she have phase 10 up here? Phase 10 was created by the people that created Uno. Totally different game. And so you looking around, you like, man, my life looks like no one's. No one around here. Foundation's still the same. Uno was the creator. But all of these things, they're different variations. So when you're looking at other people's life, don't get caught up with that, because your life is not going to look like other people's. Your walk is not going to look the same. Your journey is not going to look the same. Don't feel discouraged by that. Because the truth of the matter is, like I said before, to some extent, we all been out here testimony building at some point. So understand that where the foundation is, you can always come back to the foundation.
That's right.
Always come back.
So she said something, too, which was very interesting about, I didn't know that neither, that phase 10 was made by Uno. Uno put their stamp on phase 10, so now people that love Uno also play phase 10. And so what's interesting about the statement about her saying there's all these different types of Unos, I don't know if we got all of them. There's more. There's actually more types of Uno. But the same creator is creating all these different Uno games. And the same creator also has different sets of rules for these different games. So you can't come into Uno Mercy with the same rules as, the classic or the Uno Attack. Some people don't like Uno Attack because it's a little aggressive. This game is a little aggressive, And it's more, I would say this Uno Attack is more of a game where it's what's the word I want to look for? What's the word? It's like when you hesitant or you almost not scared, but because you know the car is going to come out, but you're not sure. Yes, apprehensive is
absolutely.
great. So the way this works is you tap a button and one card may come out, two card may come out, or 10, 20 just spits out. So, it's always, yeah. So the point I was trying to make is that basically they all come with their instructions. And sometimes they all basically have a script, which is the instructions. And if you don't know the scripture or the instructions when you're, playing, so if you think of reverse as a script, you're not going to really win, or if you don't understand the rules of the game. Not at all. And we really had to read the rules of the game because it's totally different than the other ones. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good because understanding the instructions changes how you navigate relationships too. Because when you understand that I'm Uno dare, but you're Uno flip, then you can walk into a situation with a little bit of a different approach to that person, because we do understand that we're very different people. We're individuals. We have our own way of thinking and processing things. So that's also, something to consider, because if we're talking about instructions, the instruction manual really in this case is the Bible. Like, though, if you understand those scriptures, then you don't get too out of pocket when when you start talking to somebody about things that, how to navigate situations and advice in those spaces. Yep. All right. So, quick story. Now, this is a very loose translation, okay? Just want to put that out there. This is not the Bible. It's very loose translation. All right. So, it's to get to a point very quickly. Story of David, to some extent. All right. And so, to summarize it, Goliath was this big giant. He was bold, and he was like, look, send one of your people out here. If they can defeat me, we'll be your servants. Or to put that in perspective, like Goliath, send in the Hulk. That's how I would put into perspective Goliath. And so I'm going to skip forward a little bit, because they were basically trying to figure out, how are we going to defeat this person? How are we going to navigate this situation? So they sent in David after having conversations and knowing backstory. They sent in David, and there was hesitation because David was really young. And so, in my words, this is what David said. I faced danger before, big, small, in between, because I have to keep the sheep protected. And I wasn't scared then, and I ain't scared now. So that's my interpretation of what he said. This is going to be light work for me. Don't worry about it. And so something that happened, this is where I really want you to get what's happening here. So in verse 38 through 40, it says, Then Saul outfitted David as a soldier in armor. He put his bronze helmet on his head and belted his sword over the armor. David tried to walk, but he could hardly budge. David told Saul, I can't even move in this stuff. Like, this is not me. I'm not used to it. And so he took it off. Then David took his shepherd's staff, selected 5 smooth stones from the brook, and put them in his pocket of his shepherd's patch. And with his sling in his hand, approached Goliath. And so the thing that I want to point out there is, like I was saying, everybody's hand looks different. We're all individuals, we're all these different variations. So sometimes in situations, you may see where, somebody tries to give you a one-size-fits-all situation. They put a one-size-fits-all on you. This is the only way to do this. This is it. And it's not necessarily the case. And so I want you guys to remember that you are an individual and you have your own unique set of skills and gifts and things that you're good at, you're great at, and that you're supposed to do while you're here in this earth. And so never let somebody else put their armor on you. Use the tools and things that God has already given you, because that is what's for you. And so if we're bringing it back, if we're wrapping it back to Uno, that's where I would end this, where, you know, Uno is the foundation. This is same creator, all different variations, but we're all going to be individuals and different. And so remember that, you know, we all have our own unique purposes. And so next time you're playing Uno, remember, put your hand in God's hand, okay? You might look at Uno cards just a little bit differently the next time you play.